Hello, hola everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology. Hi, Alejo. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Have you noticed I did a little bit change today? Usually I talk quite a lot today in the beginning to say everything, but today I change. I'm more, care about how are you?
Ah, thank you so much, Rod, for being so careful. Because today it's
To-
Libra.
yeah, so focus on the relationship is more important than advertising detail and the formality.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, so hello everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology. Every week, me and Alejo will share our love of astrology here with you, help you to study and make you love astrology too. Today, I use a lot of love word. I don't know why I couldn't help.
Is it love?
I
Love. Love.
know. Well, no, I mean it's a Libra. I mean love. Where? Find me one, please. Okay. So today we're going to talk about lovely sign. I couldn't find the people hate this sign. I don't know. I've been
Some people
surrounded. I've
hate
been,
this sign.
do tell me more. Libra.
But Mars in Libra, what is the thing with Mars in Libra? So Libra is about, as Rod was saying, the other, right?
Yeah.
It's about making sure that the other person is comfortable. It's about bringing harmony and balance. It's an earth sign, so it's also a little bit perhaps detached, like not so emotionally involved. It's more kind of
Um,
intellectual. And so this idea of harmony and balance and justice perhaps is approached not from your guts, but from an intellectual perspective.
mhm, mhm.
And I think that can be very triggering to some people. So I think some people,
Ah, I got it because I have so many planets in the air sign. So I say, oh, that's normal.
and the whole
But
thing
my
about, no, after you, no,
Yeah,
after you,
yeah,
after
up to you, up to you. Sorry, up to you. Thank you. That is really Libra, but Mars in Libra is pretty interesting. I think, as I say, we always starting with the cardinal, and Alejo already mentioned about the element, air element. Air element in the traditional way, in the traditional view, is about the social contact, about human behavior, about our social life. One thing very interesting is we mentioned about a cardinal sign, and we think cardinal sign is usually quite dynamic. But how about this cardinal dynamic view put into Mars in Libra?
So the thing with Mars in Libra, I would say, and that's why probably some ancient astrologers consider it, well, not ancient astrologers, the tradition considers
Yeah.
Mars in Libra is very far away from home. Mars rules Aries, so when it's in Libra, it's exiled of Aries. Um, so the thing about Mars in Libra is that it will before acting, before it's when it's driven to act, it's driven to act in a harmonious way, in a peaceful way, in a way that doesn't create conflict. So instead of
Mm.
acting right away, there might be the tendency to double check what the people around me feel, what the
Mm.
situation around me is like, so that when I go for something, I I am driven to compensate that situation. And
Mm.
this also may mean that I'm driven to bring balance and harmony. And again, I think it's important to remember that this is an intellectual sign. So balance and harmony is not what is justice for me, what is harmony for me, might
Mm.
not be what is justice and harmony for other people. So it's the what I understand, what this person understands for justice and harmony, right? So I think this is important because otherwise it looks like you were saying, who can hate Libra? Libra is always about being nice. And this sense of being balanced, bringing balance and bringing harmony can feel quite disharmonious for other people. Now,
Yeah.
Libra has this ability to see other people's perspective, so probably they can get to see the other points of view. But I would say I'm a bit going
No, 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 no. It's totally Libra. I'm soaking in it. To be honest, continue.
but I would say so. I would say that this Mars in Libra is driven for justice. So the question is for us for justice and for balance. So this means that if, let's say, there's a situation where there's too much action, Mars in Libra might try to bring a slow motion in the slow, like to reduce the level of action.
Mm.
But if there's a situation that it's too still, that it's nothing is happening, nothing is moving, Mars in Libra, in order to bring balance, will perhaps instigate motion. And that's why I
Ah.
think Mars in Libra is so hard to describe, because we describe it in an abstract way because it's an earth sign. So we describe, it's trying to bring harmony. Okay, but
Mm.
what does harmony mean in each different situation? What is the action that compensates what has been what is not in balance anymore in order to bring this balance? And Mars in Libra will be driven to do this. And this means that when Mars in Libra is acting, we don't really know if what they're doing it because it's their own drive or because they are compelled to do this because of the situation, because they feel that it's not a harmonic situation and they feel they need to compensate and bring the balance again. This is
Oh
what
my
I'm
God, poor baby. So let me summarize. So I think the strength of a Mars in Libra would be like bring the harmony and thinking about the whole view. But there's also another way that could maybe upset themselves or upset other people. In one way is like they may not act for themselves. They maybe act for this whole situation. Think about what does this situation need, so I should do push or I should not do it. Even just like their action is not about what I want, what I desire, what I really react, but rather than let's look at what we need here, and that is quite interesting.
And I would say that's why sometimes it's accused of being indecisive. So, because Mars in Libra goes into the place and they say, what needs to be done is this. So, when everybody starts doing that, Mars in Libra says, okay, now what needs to be done is the opposite. So they're all going like, but you just said, and it's like, of course, I have to, balance in nature comes through motion, not through being static. It comes through
I
motion. So, and Libra is a cardinal sign, so it brings motion.
Beautiful. I like it. Shall we look at a chart example?
Yes.
Today we bring a very interesting guy, Dalai Lama. I think he is a kind of interesting figure for the people who believe in Buddhism or who follow his doctrine. Think he is a lovely wisdom and very, you know, bring the people the harmony, peaceful, and the happiness. We have to understand he was a force to leave his home when he was a young child. And what he believed, what he chose, was has to go to another place in North India to continue. But he was just a child and he was a leader for whole Tibetan people. Well, I think that is quite interesting. I'm trying to stand in from his view. I know because some people may think that Tibetan is not an independent country, so wasn't happy with that. That's fine. That you put your political there. I'm trying to exercise. I'm not the best in the person in that way, but I'm trying to exercise the empathy to standing from his view. A leader, a country leader, has
Yeah.
been forced out of his country. Then
Yes.
look from here and how he react.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
his path is the path of non-violence, right?
yes, I have to say that. Yes.
Yes. So I remember when I went to a conference that he was giving, he was saying, "This is a time of action. We need to do what we need to do in order to," because they were asking him exactly about Tibet, and he was
Uh-huh.
saying, "This is a time of action. It's time that we act, that we do things to free Tibet." And when they were suggesting like what is it that we should do, he was emphasizing all the time, well, it's an action that it might look like inaction. It's an action that has to be peaceful, like it's not confrontational, that brings dialogue, that brings the idea of being able to reach agreements to
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I can guess for a similar situation, my experience, let me say that. I think his action or his word may annoying some radicalism
Exactly. Yes.
for people who think against we should take power, we should stand up and use the force to show our strength to against it, to say no. But no, instead of dealing with the conflict between Tibet and China, I think he still act very harmonically. Even he stand still about free his country. But he
Yeah.
tried to find a peaceful way to deal with that. To be honest, when I was a little bit younger, I totally don't understand him. I was just like, how could you say that? When you've been this and that, why you don't choose against or hate back? I totally don't understood. But now, Mars in Libra, and I like what you say, the action in the inaction, the peaceful way.
Yeah. Yeah. He said this. Yeah. He was talking about this.
Yeah, that's
Also, he was talking a lot about, with the Mars in Libra, being able to understand that other people's action are not really themselves. So he was
wow.
talking a lot about this idea of being able to see, understand why do other people act in the way they act, which I think is very Mars in Libra, trying to understand the other point of view before I act. And this was the moment where there was, I think it was the moment, it was a little bit after the Twin Towers were crushed.
Yes,
Not
yes.
not just a little bit after, but a few years after. And he
Mm,
was talking about Bush, and he was saying, this is a person who has found himself in a situation that is very difficult and very hard. So we
mm.
need to understand that the actions are not the person itself. I was like mind blown by this idea because, of course, when the
I
whole thing
agree.
happened, I was super angry with the USA, with the reaction. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I think you make the point, and he is really the things he say and his action is really Mars in Libra. Try to bring the harmony way, but to be honest, like you say, not everyone love it.
yeah.
That is very interesting discussion with you, Alejo, today. Well, we focus on the Mars in Libra and their, character and how they could be sexual and what's their, what's the things they may face the challenge or failure for the Mars in Libra. Whoa, but next week, Mars
Next
back
week is
home.
very hot.
Yeah, very hot.
It's Mars in Scorpio.
Mars in Scorpio. That's talk about Mars in Scorpio next week. See you. Bye bye.